Roughly 2 weeks ago, I picked up a book called The Raven Tower by Ann Leckie, and I am captivated by it, to say the least. I'm going to give you the summary on the back of the book. For centuries, the kingdom of Iradian has been protected by the god known as the Raven. He watches over his territory from atop a tower in the powerful port of Astai. His will is enacted through the Raven's lease, a human ruler chosen by the god himself. His magic is sustained via the blood sacrifice that every lease must offer. And under the Raven's watch, the city flourishes. But the power of the Raven is weakening. A usurper has claimed the throne. The kingdom's borders are tested by invaders who long for the prosperity that Bastai boasts, and they have made their own alliances with other gods. It is into this unrest that the warrior Iolo, aide to Mawat, the true lease, arrives, and in seeking to help Mawat reclaim his city, Iolo discovers that the Raven Tower holds a secret. Its foundations conceal a dark history that had been waiting to reveal itself, to set in motion a chain of events that could destroy Iraden forever. So I'm only on page 75, so I don't know the entire plot of the book, but I think I have read enough to understand the story to give you guys tell you guys if I think it's worth reading or not. But before I tell you that, I want to talk about some more basic things. One, the way that the story is written is very interesting because it's not a first or third person really. This is not from the perspective of Iolo, or it's not a third person omniscient narrator narrating Iolo's events. This is from the perspective of the Raven. The god is the one narrating the story, and he, or they I suppose, is telling us what Iolo is doing, and the story is also broken up into kind of two fragments where one half of the story is the Raven narrating what his life was like the formation of how he was at the dawn of age, and then what happened throughout the ages. And the second fragment is Iolo's story being narrated from the Raven. So I find that really interesting, and I actually like it. I think it's good, but also it's a little weird because sometimes the Raven will break off into like a 3-sentence monologue about some random thing. Like, he talks a lot about how like words have meaning. There's like 2 sentences of him just wondering how like words dictate the god's power. The way that it works is that humans offer things up to the gods, and then the gods will speak, and like something will be done magical. Yes, Mom? So I find that rather interesting. Also, I'm a sucker for history, so just learning the fake history of like how the gods formed and just overall in natural time, that was kind of interesting. But the broken upness does kind of hinder the main story, in my opinion, because I think we kind of lose focus on what's actually happening. But I still think the pros outweigh the cons when it comes to this. I think Iolo being the kind of de facto main character right now is a little hindering because we don't know anything about him. We know that he's from the south and that he was like the aide, but I guess so far the author has decided to not reveal a lot about their backstory. It's still kind of fragmented because it's not from Iolo's perspective, it's from the Raven. And it's a little intriguing, but also a little disappointing. You would hope that by like halfway, a quarter into the book, you would know a lot more about the main character. I mean, I'm 75 pages in. The book's about 400 pages long, so I'm a little less than a fourth of the way in. So you would hope that you would know some more stuff about the character. But I know practically nothing about Iolo. I know practically nothing about Mawat. I think the book is just moving too slow. I'm 75 pages in, and all that has happened is that Iolo and Mawat have entered the city. They've discovered that the Raven's lease is dead, and that a usurper, air quotes, is on the throne. We don't know anything else. We don't know about the dark secrets of the Raven's Tower. We don't know about these false gods. So I just wish that maybe things get sped up a bit. But also, I guess the book is just more slow-paced. This is just not a very fast book. You gotta let it marinate. You gotta let it sit. Because once again, I'm only 75 pages in. But other books would have... They would have given you more characterization to really understand who the characters are. Because right now, I know that Iolo is dedicated to Mawat, is a little bit, is poor because they're farmer peasant. And I guess a better way to say it is that they are like the stern silent type. And Mawat we know even less about. We know that he's got like a fiery heart. He has a quick temper. You know, apparently he has like a long fit of like anger where he like locks himself in his room. But that's all we know, and he is one of the central characters to the story. The overall narrative and world building of the story is very interesting. I do like it. Once again, right now, we don't know that much about it. We know that this is a port city. There's places to the north. There's like Germanic-based barbarians to the south. They're obviously not Germanic. They're Germanic-inspired, but they're barbarians and they live in woods. Who else could they be? That's really about it. We know that there are like, people to the east, people to the, I think there's a sea to the west or something like that. But other than that, I mean, that's all we've got for world building. A little bit shallow, but once again, 75 pages in. Wow, I've been trying to stretch this out to like 7 minutes, but I guess I'm just going to end it here. Should you read The Raven Tower? Right now, I'm going to say just the way that the story is structured, the kind of slow-paced, marination-based element, the two-split structure, the slow burn that we have to getting the characters does kind of seem like a hindrance, but also the world is captivating and intriguing. Everything is moving slowly, but I want to know more. The author has me constantly thinking, okay, what happens next? What's Iolo going to do? How is this going to conclude? What more is the Raven going to talk about? So I'm going to say, yes, you should read The Raven Tower. Alright, that's going to wrap things up. It's a pretty short video today, but, it's better to have a video than no video.